Is having an amazing week. Actually, out here right now, it is like 60 some degrees outside. It feels like summer is here or spring has sprung, but we all know that's not the case. But it is a good update from, or a good change in the weather we have been having. If you've been following along the channel and seen some of my past videos, it has been a lot of snow riding and thick ice and slippery conditions, which, don't get me wrong, I love. But the cold temperatures, when it gets down into the zeros and negatives, and well, quite frankly, it just kind of gets miserable. But we've been making the best of it. Hope you all have been liking the videos, liking the content. We have, like I say, trying to been making the best of it. And as you can see, Yeller Feller is in the garage nice and warm and setting halfway clean, because some of the videos coming up will be some accessories and maybe some modification videos. So hope y'all tune in for those, and let's get into tonight's live. So we're changing things up a little bit. I do have a few little note cards here, but on Tuesdays live at 5 now, I really just want to open a specific topic every week on our Tuesday live at 5s, because I feel like those topics sometimes tie into our regular content, which, if you're new to the channel, first of all, thanks for watching. But we do a Tuesday live at 5, and then we do a Thursday, Sunday video. Normally, I like to get those out sometime around 5 p.m. But our Tuesday live at 5s used to be, I would kind of concentrate on a certain topic and dial into that. But I feel like as we've grown, thank you all for that, by the way, we have got more people coming in on these lives and joining in on the chats, which I encourage you to do. Drop some comments as this goes on. And we're just going to open it up to anything that you want to talk about, whether it be something I'm rambling on about during the live, or just a question or comment that you have. Throw it up here on the screen. I'll have the laptop here, and we can dive a little bit deeper into anything that's on your mind. So from here on out, that's kind of how we're going to do these lives. It's not going to be a specific maybe topic. It'll just be open the floor up to like an open mic night and whatever you all want to talk about. So as we go throughout this video, or throughout the week, whether it be my personal riding, just a little channel cleanup stuff, what we've been into, kind of behind the scenes, and maybe some comments or questions that have came in throughout the week that I have responded to, but maybe we can take it just a little bit further on these live at 5s, just to fill any gaps and maybe something that I didn't come across too clear on. So that's where we're going for now. So let's get into some things that maybe I have encountered during the week. Get you a cold one and tune in. Like I say, drop your comments. Let's get this going. So what are you guys into? Are you guys out riding? Are you out braving the elements? Are you out enjoying the winter weather? Which I have had some comments come in over my last couple videos where we've been out in the ice and snow and playing. And I can tell a lot of people, especially with the enclosed cabs, are loving the weather and loving having the heat, which I am also a big fan of. Or are you one that is like, nope, once spring hits, I will be out there riding, but for now, buggy's parked, and maybe, as we've talked about before, you were taking this time to do a little bit of garage work on it. Me personally, wintertime is one of my favorite times to ride. the snow-covered ground, the snow-covered woods, when all the leaves are off the trees and you can see the landscape better, that is one of, like I say, my favorite times to be out. Now, with that being said, when it is cold, zero, below zero, and you get down into those just kind of miserable temperatures and maybe even borderline dangerous of even being outside, well, that does take some of the fun out of it, but you got to be prepared. We've had videos on that, things that you should have with you. If you've seen a couple videos ago, I went down to do some video in there of the river and had really not even thought when I went down in there about coming back out about all the ice that I would encounter just trying to. I figured old Yeller feller had her under control. I've never had any issues getting up out of there, and well, she struggled a little bit, but we were prepared, right? We had the winch on the front. We had to pull it a few times. No big deal, just to get you, kind of where you needed to go. Obviously, I had the heat going in the cab, so if there was a chance that I was getting cold or anything like that, I had a place to go and get warm. And the toolbox, which I didn't show in the video, but it's clear full of other recovery type straps, and I have extra clothes in there, need it be. Got even a first aid kit, got some fire starter stuff in there in case you need them. I mean, you could never be too prepared, so wasn't too concerned about it. Actually, I was out just having a good time. Anytime I'm in this buggy, I'm usually having a good time. So what have you guys been doing? You been riding, or you got them parked? Like, we'll wait until spring has sprung and then we'll get them out and enjoy it then. But if you're not out riding, what are you doing? What upgrades you doing, right? We've kind of been through that a little bit here on the channel, hit and miss. I do have a few videos coming, one or two that I've already kind of went through that you cannot notice with Yeller feller sitting here, but there will be one big upgrade coming that you will notice, and that'll be in a video. I don't know if it'll be this week, but maybe next week, so it'll be exciting. So stay tuned for that one. What else you guys got going on? Do you take this time of year to plan your rides, right? So everybody's busy, everybody's got a real life, everybody's got jobs, you got just whatever it may be. Life is always throwing something at you, and a lot of times with me and a lot of other buddies that go ride with me, that's like a vacation for us, right? It's our time away. Is now the time that you make those plans, because what happens in life is if you don't sit down and make them, then they're not going to happen, because it might come up. The spur of the moment rides are kind of hard to come by, but if I have a hard date set and have maybe a cabin booked or a campsite or anything like that, then I'm more apt to make sure that happens. So you guys take this time of year to book some rides, and we've kind of got a soft schedule coming up. I know like I said before on the channel, I mentioned that our first ride this year will be a Rush. We're kind of coming close to when maybe we'll make it there. And then we're planning on obviously doing some Hatfield stuff, and then there is some different parks I want to get to this year to get content that I've never even been to. Hillbilly Trail System in Kentucky looks awesome, looks amazing. Mine Made, maybe end up there. Can-Am Crew has hinted of having a subscriber ride. Now, I've always said, even before I started this channel, if they ever had a subscriber ride, I would make it there, because whether you watch them or not, I always have, and that is kind of what got me into this YouTube thing. That was my inspiration. I love watching their videos, and would love to get out on the trail with them, meet them, see them, interact with them, and whenever they decide where they're going, and they've dropped a hint of maybe I don't know if it was the Ben Franklin range, but somewhere up in their area, and I will try my best to make it a point to get there, and of course we'll get some content there also. Any events you're all planning to go to, jump on here, drop them in the comments. If there's a big event going on that my schedule allows me to get to and it's not too far out of my way, I would like to get to some of them events this year, kind of interact with not only you guys, just normal everyday people, but some of the other riders or even YouTubers, and try to get my name out there a little bit farther. I'm coming up on a year on this YouTube thing. Obviously, I've focused a lot of time and effort into the Defender and allow you guys to see my journey along the way. And hope you all are enjoying the content. Hope you all are getting not only entertainment out of it, but some knowledge. Hopefully I'm helping you in a way. But you don't even have to own a Defender to watch this channel, hopefully you guys are seeing that I want to talk to you guys, and I'll get everybody talking, get everybody chatting. I feel like it's the best information you can get is through real people. And hopefully this channel one day, I mean hopefully now, it's pulling people together, and hopefully one day it'll even be bigger and better and badder, and that's the idea. So that kind of leads me into another thing that I was thinking about. So the Defender obviously is a big focus point of my channel. So what would you guys do different? If you was to buy another, if you was to start over and do another UTV, or say you want to start another build, what would it be? Would yours be another Defender? I realize that this thing has a lot to offer. I use it a lot. I love trail riding. I love working with it. I use the bed, obviously use the 3 seats. That's awesome to have. But is there just a little piece inside of you sometimes that's like, man, when I see them people hitting them trails and or hitting the hill climbs or going places that the Defender won't make it, is that in the back of your mind like, well, maybe on the next one it'll be an X3, maybe it'll be a Mav R, maybe I'll do something a little more sporty, just to maybe kill the curiosity, or maybe scratch that little bit of itch that you have. Ben says, this is my second one. I'm assuming this is your second Defender, or is it your second live? Drop a comment, let me know. Let's get a chat going. Yes, second Defender. So HD10, is that both Defenders? Were they similar? What models? Because I'm curious about that. Does anybody ever started out in an HD8 or an HD9, and then both limiteds? That's amazing. Are you in a 25 limited now? Or a 26, I should say, not a 25. Or an HD11. Are you in an 11 limited now, or still in a 25? But 25 HD10. Okay, awesome. Max model or just regular 3-seater? Because I feel like a lot of people, Max, yeah. Was your other one a Max? Because I feel like a lot of people will start out in a regular 3-seat limited, and then they'll be like, yeah, we'll bump up. Okay, so how long was it? This one is a 25. What was your one before? So Ben's saying he's got a 25 Max limited, awesome machine. If I was to go out and get one, that would definitely be it. I wanted a 3-seat, yeah. Well, that extra room that you have sometimes is obviously well worth it, and I feel like that longer wheelbase sometimes even helps you out on it. It kind of hurts you sometimes on the trail that I've seen, but it kind of helps you. Obviously, maneuvering in tight corners, and if you're running in tight woods, might kind of jam you up a little bit. Might have to do a little bit more backing up and pulling up. But when you get to the mud holes, or even some hills, I feel like that longer wheelbase sometimes help you out. But anyways, that's awesome that you got a limited max. Those are awesome, awesome machines. But what would you do it different if you had to go? Do you ever have the itch? Like I get it sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, well, I got the Defender. I'm having fun. It's doing what I need it to do. I put it to work. But sometimes when I'm out these parks and I see some of that terrain that the Defender won't conquer, would I like to have the capabilities maybe of an X3 or a Mav-R just to kind of satisfy that, like I say, satisfy that, scratch that itch, or satisfy that little bit of adrenaline that I got pumping. I think about it from time to time. Not knocking the Defender, obviously, because I love that thing. But you never know. One day you might see the channel kind of take a turn, maybe. But for now, old Yeller Feller is doing me just fine, and I love riding it. So, all right, that's kind of some topics I wanted to hit on. I wanted to hit on these Tuesdays live at 5 now. We're just going to open it up, have a conversation like we did with Ben. I appreciate you coming on and chatting. And I would like for more of y'all to interact with me, and let's get some different ideas going. Like I say, I hope y'all are enjoying. If you're out, so here we go. Had 2-seat XMR turbo. Oh man, you've had plenty. Had a 2-seat XMR turbo RR, 4-seat X3 turbo RR, KRX, and 2 Max limited Defenders. So you've had the variety. So what do you think? X3s are a blast. I see that. So how do you still own the X3s? Do you have both? Did you keep them both around, or are you still are you strictly Defender now? Okay, no, yeah. So if I could, so what got you off the X3 and back into the Defender? Was it the full enclosed cab, which was awesome? Is it the bed, having the bed capabilities? Is it more work than play? It would be the best of both worlds would be to own both, right? But obviously that's not in my finances, and strictly Defender, comfort and cab. Heck yeah, man. And that's what draws me to the Defender is I get to the point to where sometimes I act like a kid. Like I get excited and I'm like, man, but I got to remember that I'm not a kid anymore. And seeing when I'm out there riding and it is, in the single digits, and I'm sitting inside this cab with the heat blowing on me and I'm nice and comfortable, I got to remember I could be out sitting, I know they make cabs or soft cabs and heat and stuff for the X3, but you're not necessarily, that's not what you bought it for, right? So, but I got to remember, I'm not the one out sitting in the cold and ripping through the trails. And so he said, with the ride royal blue with the Defender, and it'll go places you wouldn't think it would. Now, listen to me here on this one. Years ago, I don't know, it's been a while, probably 3 or 4 now. I don't, maybe long. Well, actually, it was probably like COVID time, 2020-ish. Went with a buddy that had a 20, don't know the exact year, 16, 15, 16 Ranger high lifter. And he had it on 32s, 32-inch carnivores, some kind of high lifter beadlock wheels. Other than that, factory machine, Maybe had some upgraded Rhino axles in it or something, but nothing crazy, nothing. And I'm telling you what, we had that Ranger, like just like you're saying, in places that I'm like, we have no business being here in a utility machine. But I went down Widowmaker, didn't go up it, but went down it in that Ranger. Hit some of the other, went to the, what is it, the sand mine, went to the top of the world, made it there in that Ranger. It was really impressive. So sometimes these utility machines will take you the same places. You just got to know what you're doing, have the right setup on them. And that's where I'm trying to get my Defender to. That way I still have some of the capabilities. I ain't gonna have all the capabilities. It's not what it's intended for. And I know that. I mean, but I still have a lot of fun in it, and I'm sure y'all do too. But every once in a while, I'm just saying, you're like, oh, especially you see the new Mav Rs. You're like, oh yeah, paddle shift that thing, or you hear that transmission banging gears. Yeah. Anyways, man can dream, right? The best of both worlds would just be having both sitting around. But anyways, I'm glad y'all tuned in this evening. During the week, drop me some comments, whether it be on this video or some of our other videos, and we'll talk about them on our lives now, and give me some ideas during the week. You see this video, drop it in the comments what you want to hear next week. There's a lot that goes on in the UTV world behind the scenes. It's not only on this channel. King of the Hammers just finished up. That was an awesome event. I follow R3. Frankie J done an amazing job out there at King of the Hammers. There's a lot of awesome videos out there on that, from qualifying to just them working on their X3 in the garage and getting it ready. And then a lot of awesome footage that they had out there, and still, I'm sure they still have more that they're processing. So that was big. Can-Am crew, I watch a lot. They got some new Mav Rs. They're doing some upgrades to it. Took it to Tackett, I believe, somewhere over in there. Doing some testing on it. A lot of awesome videos there. What else have I been kind of watching? The guys from Somewhat Haggard. They got a lot of shop videos going on right now. They got dudes, Polaris Expedition, they've been doing some work to. I think they got a video now out where they're doing turning some wrenches on the Pro R. It's just kind of what I've been watching. Thinking I've watched some other stuff, but that's just what comes to mind. But that's another thing we can get into on these Tuesdays, is just talk about what other YouTube channels have you been watching? What other content do you think is exciting that other people should be watching? Adrenaline Junkie had a video out about maybe he should switch up his channel a little bit. It's a good watch. Check it out. Rebels Off-Road got the KRX out. Seems like he's all healed up from his little accident that he had, that you can go back and watch. Some good footage there. I don't know what else. Dirt Dudes, old Zach, he's always slinging some kind of content out there that's pretty killer. He did put some tracks on his Pro R. And that thing's an absolute beast. It's an absolute unit. He has an HD11 that he has been testing out through Bob Cycles. Go on Dirt Dudes, check out some of them videos he's done in the HD11. He's got a plow on that thing, got a roof rack, like an overland thing that he's going to do a trip on. The Overland Adventure, which he hasn't got to yet because of the weather, but he's been teasing about doing that. That'll be some awesome content. Need to check that out. But anyways, that's kind of where we're at tonight. Like I say, Ben, I appreciate you jumping in here on the chat. Haven't seen old Green Gordon here for a while. Hopefully he's still watching and tuning in. If you're out there, Green, let me know. Drop it in the comments. I don't know. What else, guys? let me know. Drop it in the comments. What else you guys want to see, what you want to talk about, and we'll definitely get it on the channel. Upcoming for the channel, we're going to have some accessory installs on the Defender. Those will be filtered in, and obviously if we can get out and ride, especially if it's going to keep up this 50, 60 degree weather for a little while, the snow will be melting. Sure, it'll be a muddy mess, but we'll get you some content on that, and look forward to some content from Rush coming here soon. So thank y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all, each and every one of you. You guys are what makes the channel go. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And hopefully we'll see you not only on the next one, but in the next live. Thank y'all.